Hello and welcome to London's Leicester Square, which today is an unusual place because just over there is a Bengal tiger running amok. Over there, a monkey in a waistcoat, and over the back there, a half-dead man crawling out of an ice maker. It can mean only one thing. It's happened again. The wolf pack are back.
I can't believe my daddy is dead. I can think of so many people I would rather have died first. Like my mother.
A third movie of any franchise would never exist in a vacuum.
What was that?
Oh! Every time they speak a line, every decision that they make in The Hangover Part 3 is informed by all of the nonsense they've gone through in the past. The movie's about the guys finally paying for the sins of their past. And when I say sins, I mean bad decisions, and all the things they've done in the other two movies have finally come back to haunt them, and they are now have to atone for them.
Where is he? Leslie Chow stole $21 million from me. And I figure the wolf pack has the best chance of finding him.
No!
Doug is my insurance.
Can you take Stu instead?
I think the third one, I wanted to make it where Alan says new things that he hadn't said before.
Yeah.
He says brah a lot in this one, where I guess he had heard some cool guys talking like that. So we added that part, that layer. He speaks a little bit like he had heard somebody speaking, and he's just kind of copying the way they speak.
We're all here to tell you about an awesome place called New Horizons.
That does sound awesome. I have to say, I don't know if Alan really fits Todd at all that much. However, Todd understands Alan and has obviously helped contribute to Alan.
Alan, this is an intervention.
We drive you there today, and I promise you will come back a changed man.
You going, Phil?
I love you, Alan.
Phil's the voice of Todd.
Yeah, and the manner is everything. Sort of the way Todd walks through life, I think, is Phil.
It's beautiful. I checked it out online. Great reputation.
They should just save their money and send him to fat camp.
Phil!
What? I mean, he should lose some weight. He'll find a woman. That's what he needs. The dude's lonely.
Well, if he's so lonely, why don't the two of you spend more time with him?
No, trust me, you don't want that.
No, you definitely don't want that.
It was kind of subtle for Stu, but since he got married in Hangover 2, and he married this beautiful, sophisticated woman, she had kind of rubbed off on him, and Stu has a little more style in the beginning, and he's like maybe a little more grounded, certainly wearing cooler clothes than he wore in the first two movies. So maybe at the beginning you think he's a little sharper and a little cooler, but then of course when all hell breaks loose, it's just same old freaked out Stu.
What's the worst that's happened? The tattoo?
Yeah, the tattoo's the worst. Right?
Definitely. Tattoo was the worst. Nightmare. Speaking of which, you ever get tested?
Excuse me?
You know, because of the ink. That went inside you.
I'm fine.
Now, when it comes to shocking an audience's funny bone, it seems that director Todd Phillips has become something of a maniacal mastermind. His devilishly dark and twisted humour giving the Hangover series a crude comedic edge not seen in Hollywood for quite some time.
We really don't edit ourselves in the writing process. When we're writing, we'll write anything, and we come back in the next day and reread it and go, okay, we need to shred these pages. We would go to jail for this.
My name's Alan, and I bought a giraffe! Woo, woo, woo!
The thing that's shocked me each time I read the script, I'm like, this is gonna freak people out. Audiences are gonna lose their minds. And then they don't, they just like it. You know, it's like, you can get away with anything in a comedy, and that's been such a lesson for me, just the amount of kind of benevolence and forgiveness an audience has in the name of comedy.
He's managed to shock us every script, you know, with, wow, that's pretty outrageous. You know, the filming of that's gonna be interesting, and then the filming of it is always interesting.
Hey, Phil, kick yourself out a little bit. Alan, you get it?
It's really just no restriction, blah, write whatever you want, and then if you come back tomorrow, you reread it next week if it still holds up. But yeah, many times we've quote-unquote crossed the line, and we go, oh, we can't do that. That wouldn't be right.
What are you doing here?
Same old, same old. Ooh, I got into cockfighting.
Oh, cockfighting. That sounds wonderful.
Oh, stay still. I'm trying to help.
Are you out here, bud? Todd understands that implicitly. He knows how far you can go. Me, I'm like a little more uptight or something. I'm always like, I don't know, guys.
Yeah, Ed,
when
we shot the first one, Ed thought that I was going to get arrested for doing what I did to the baby. It was legitimately
I don't think you're off the hook, by the way. That could still
10 years.
You could still.
What would the charge be, though?
Lewd conduct with a minor.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know. I just made that up. Is that a thing?
My God, he's got the voice of an angel. It's breathtaking.
Now, often you hear horror stories from movie sets. While the cameras are rolling, all the cast get on, but the minute they stop, fights break out, sometimes involving weapons. Not so with the Wolfpack. Right after movie number 1, these guys became firm friends, both off camera as well as on.
See, Mark.
It's like summer camp a lot.
Yeah.
When you finish a job, you leave the job and you think, oh, I wonder if I'll ever see these. With this, it's different, though. We're so kind of intertwined, I think.
But it's nice. I mean, it's so great when you have an excuse to be together.
Yeah.
You know, like work just pushes us together, and that's awesome. Like, it's just fun. It's like.
And also, we've all, I mean, it is 6 years. And, you know, we've all gone through a lot in our lives in 6 years. So, like, you know, so we've marked each other in a way that'll, I mean, it doesn't matter if I don't see Ed for 2 years, honestly. I'll see him and it'll be like...
Take that as a hint, Ed.
Okay.
But you know what I mean? It's not like we were together
but,
for a year. You know what I mean? Like, each one of us has had major life changes in this 6 years. And we've been with each other for all of it.
It is interesting to watch these guys go off, watch Bradley go off and get nominated for an Academy Award. I don't want to say it makes me proud because I'm not taking credit for it in any way, but as a friend, it really is just such a fun and joyous thing to watch, particularly with Zach, because Zach really had flown under the radar for so long, and The Hangover really put him on the map with a lot of people. He'd been doing comedy forever, but it put him on the map in a different way, and I've loved seeing Zach just go out there and sort of, you know, spread his wings in that way and just be funny on another level and exposed to a larger audience. It's been great.
4 years ago, hard-edged, scathing adult comedies weren't exactly big business in Hollywood. But that all changed when a bunch of likely lads hit Vegas and had a night to remember. Or forget. Either way, The Hangover reignited the desire for grown-up comedy.
We've been on a lot of adventures together, but it seems like you haven't learned anything. Anything. I'll be in the limo.
When I first read the script, I mean, it was all on the page, honestly. The script that we got is not real far off from the movie that people saw, and I think Todd picked us because as people, he saw he saw us as fitting these characters.
Well, there was an original version before Todd and Jeremy Gerlich added to it.
Chow is a cancer. He has been a cancer since the first day we met him. So we're gonna hand him over to this guy, Marshall, and then it's done.
My character's name was Vic, and he was a used car salesman, and there was no Mr. Chow. And the reason why they have the Lost Night is because of Vic's dealing with the mob in Vegas. So it was a much different movie, actually.
Hey, Phil.
Alan, not now, but I need you, Stu. I can't do this alone.
Do what alone? We have no idea where he even is.
Phil.
What, Alan?
Well, I was just gonna say I got this strange email the other day. I wasn't sure what it meant, but now I think it might be from Chow.
Fatty, feels good to be out. I'm close by. Tell no one. I'll be in touch. Chow. This says Chow. How did you not know this was from Chow?
At the time, I thought it was Chow like goodbye. You know, like Ciao, arrivederci, sabaro.
We, as writers, are writing it in their voice now. You know, in other words, yes, we wrote the script. Craig Mazin and I wrote a script, but really, Zach and Bradley and Ed wrote it too because we're writing the characters that they've filled the suits of. Do you know what I'm saying? So we're writing the things that I know Zach would say there or want to say there. So it's a weird thing because it's such a collaborative medium in that way, and to be able to collaborate with these three guys on this for 5 years, as you said, it's just been a thrill. The Hangover somehow broke through internationally, quite honestly, which really put it over the top.
Whoa! Road trip!
The Hangover was unlike any comedy that had come before it in that Todd's vision of it, with the kind of gritty realism mixed with some really ridiculous comedy bits. I feel like that was pretty fresh.
Don't you remember anything?
No! Part of me thinks it was the Hangover concept. In other words, everywhere internationally, it's not an American thing to get drunk. That's something that happens to everybody around the world. So I think part of it was that, and then of course the chemistry of the three guys just connected and worked so well that the movie just took off.
It could have been just the way it was shot. It looked like a drama or a
gritty sort of
not
suspense.
necessarily a comedy. And I think that added to the element so much that it showed the dark side and the sunlight in Vegas. The realism of it was, I think an average filmmaker would have just shown the inside, the glitzy part of Vegas, but Todd said, let's go to the dark corners.
And also, let's show the day after, not the night of.
Yeah.
But, time will tell. We'll see how these three movies fare. Really, the truth is,
Sometimes movies don't hold up. I mean,
No, it's true. I mean, it's like, Stripes, Caddyshack, these sort of seminal comedic movies, Trading Places. I mean, who knows if it'll be in alongside those things. I mean, we really won't know for 30 years or 20 years, probably. But that'd be kind of amazing if it does stand.
Someone needs to burn this place to the ground.
Don't worry, it all ends tonight.
Ooh, I like that.
Right, the time has come to round up the wolf pack and have a nice, quiet, relaxing chat. Or we could just have it large here in L Square. Boom! I promise I will never do that again. I'm here right now with a very dapper looking Mr. Bradley Cooper! How you doing this evening? It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Hey, how you doing, London?
It's incredible the turnout we get here in the UK, and it's humbling, but we love that we've been able to make people laugh here with this series for the last 6 years, and it's exciting to be back.
I am always blown away by the fan support, and really moved actually this time around. I mean, this turnout is incredible.
How does it feel when you see just how much the love and the size of the premiere has grown since then for this film?
There are 40 more people here tonight, I counted, which is really exciting. It's really great to have people come out and cheer the movie on.
Are there any similarities between Ken Jeong and Mr. Chow?
Yeah, we like to laugh, and that's it. Absolutely nothing.
Is this really the end?
Well, I'll answer that first. Yeah, this is the end. I mean, this is pretty much Alan's story, Zach Galifianakis' character. He was the one loose end, so to speak, and we really needed to tie him up. And once that's done, there really isn't much to tell because he's okay. So, yeah, this is the end.
Well, the good thing is we got 3 movies out of it. It's kind of icing on the cake. So even though it's sad, it's I don't know. We're all pretty grateful. And we were making the third one. We were very conscious of the fact that it's pretty rare that a comedy gets to do this.
I would just say this. When the movie's over, do not stay for the final credits. Whatever you do, get out and leave the theater instantly, or else you might see something that will scar you for life.
Every bit of success I've had in the last 4 years is solely due to The Hangover, and to be seen worldwide, it just blows my mind. So thank you guys so much.
It's not lost on us how audiences have responded to these. It's nice.
I just want to thank the fans for everything they've done, because there's no reason we'd be here without you guys. So thank you very much.
The reality is it's a story, and the story is ending, and that's a good thing. But man, it is sad. I'm gonna miss this process.
So there you have it. The Wolfpacker safely snuggled up in their seats, ready to watch the movie. And I'm going to head home, just as long as someone can distract that rather angry-looking Bengal tiger over there. Has anyone got any cinnamon?